Shalom. This is the brother Karatazar coming to you from another lesson with another lesson. And this is basically like a recap of camp today. I've been holding camp, and I'm not set up for video yet, but it's soon coming. I'm just, I'm getting everything together, but I'm out here. I'm out here holding camp, and I'm getting video. I'm getting ready for video. So this is a recap of camp, but it's gonna be in audio form because I don't have video. I don't have equipment, the tripod and stuff, so I could set up the camp. But I'm working on it. So I just, just salakia for that, and Lord willing, from this camp recap, you brothers and sisters, you few brothers and sisters that watch my videos can be edified and get like, draw like a mental, of how the camp went. So with that said, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from where I learned this truth. Much respect to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in its sincerity across the four corners of the globe. All right? And shalom to you sisters out there to watch my videos as well. So I'm going to go into Luke 14 and 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the land, into the highways, Salakia, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that they may Salakia. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. So that's why I'm out there. I'm out there, on the highways and hedges, trying to collect, I'm out there for the elect's sake, and for those, brothers and sisters who are sincere, who want to repent and who want to come into the truth and come into the fold. So I'm out here. So I'm out here doing the work. This is, this is the work that the elders and the apostles and elders, that they speak of. Yes, you must do videos, but this is what, what the scriptures say is going out and doing the work. Is being out here and being seen, being seen, pushing the word out in public, being seen. All right. So let's go into another scripture. This is Ezekiel. When I say unto the wicked, this is Ezekiel 3 and 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest unto warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So a lot of people, they were coming up to me and, and asking me questions. They was asking me questions, and I was drawing them in. So they was asking me questions, trying to buy the sons. And I said, they're not for sale, This is not for sale. I'm not out here selling nothing. There's no gimmick. What I'm out here for is, to wake people up, let people know who they are, to come back to their heritage. Let Israel bring Israel back to their heritage. All right? So their blood is not on my hands. So, and that's exactly what I did today. I got their blood off my hands, so they don't have no excuse. When judgment comes, they don't have no excuse to why they, didn't adhere to the Most High. I'm in it, the brothers out there are an extension of the Most High, of Yahushua. We are an extension of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We're out here through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua doing his work, doing the work. All right? And if any brother, and if any brother, GMS brother feels like, I'm going off, you free to, drop a comment and correct me. I'm still, still young in this truth. I'm still a baby. So, I'm just trying to, do the best I can, so feel free to chime in. This is Jeremiah 12 and 9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour. So this is, this is the speckled bird that the apostles and elders talk about, that the men of the Lord speak about. So there was a gentleman today in camp, that came up to the camp. He was semi-coherent, but he didn't look like the average Jake. He didn't look like the average Jake. He looked like a straight up, he looked like an Edomite. But he didn't look like the average Jake, but he was a Jake. So this is what the apostles and elders speak about, and what the men of the Lord speak about, is that everyone is not going to look the same. Those are the Israelite, those are the speckled birds. All right. So, and Lord willing, I'm not rambling too much, and I'm making sense. You brothers and sisters are being edified by this. This is Romans 1:28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which are not convenient. And that's what the state of a lot of, brothers and sisters out here that were coming to the camp. Some of them couldn't grasp, some of them were asking questions, some of them were, they were trying to, but, some of them weren't. They couldn't even grasp the concept. So they did not retain the Most High in their knowledge. So Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which weren't convenient. You got some brothers coming over talking about Islam and all that other stuff, and like just bug out stuff, stuff that don't even benefit you. All right, so I'm going to get into that a little bit more in another scripture, but this is 2 Chronicles 2:4-17. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and I will heal their land. So, if the Israelites would turn away from their wickedness, and come back to the Most High, come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and pray to the Most, humble themselves and pray to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then He would heal our land, and He would come to us. He would be there for us. But our people, we're destroyed. We're destroyed, and it's not going to happen. So that's why He must return. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has got to return. All right. This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people are foolish, they have not known me, they are sottish children, they have no understanding, they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So then that's the state of the average Jake out here, is that, they have no understanding, they're wise to do evil, they're out here doing, all types of wickedness, but to do good, they can't comprehend, they can't fathom, they can't understand how to begin. And it all begins with coming back to the Most High, following His law, statutes, and commandments. All right? So we're going to go into Matthew 24:37. But as the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So let's go take a look at that. So let's go into 38. As in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And that's exactly what I saw. I saw people, a lot of Jakes out here, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom out here, drinking, smoking, carrying on, living their lives as if, they didn't know, they don't see destruction is coming. And that's what's going on right now. You know, Jake just, you know, you had some Jakes that, you know, were questionable, but the rest, they were clueless. So this is Luke 17:28. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, drink, and they bought, and they sold, and they planted, and they builded. So let's go a little bit deeper into that. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, drink, and bought, and sold, and they planted, and they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even shall it be in the day when Son of Man is revealed. So this is what it's going to be the same way. People going to be continuing to do the same thing up until the very end because they just can't see it ending. They don't want to see it coming to an end. It's like back in the day, if you ever went to a party and you was just having such a good time, you didn't see it ending until that DJ announced, listen, it's time for it. Party's over, it's time to go home. All right. So let's go into Salakia. Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So all these people who are non-repentant and refuse to abide by the law, statutes, and commandments and turn back to the law, to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they're gonna have the second death. The first was water. The second death is gonna be fire. 1 Corinthians 6:9. All right, and 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So there's a lot of that going on right now. And these people don't understand. You're not going to get into the kingdom of the Most High this way. There's only one way. This is Deuteronomy 28:13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy power, which I commanded thee this day to observe and do all of them. So the Most High, you know, he gave us laws to follow. All right? And he said, you shall be the head and the other nations shall be the tail. All right? But that's not the situation now. And how that relates to, you know, camp today is that, you know, it was Edomites and they was driving by and they knew they was on top. They was laughing and smirking and, you know, smizing and all that stuff. You know that funny grin they give us? You know? You know that funny look they give us? Like, gotcha, you know? But the joke's on you. Your days are numbered, Esau. All right? So let's go into 1 Corinthians 3:17. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. So you are the temple of the Most High. And if you defile the temple of the Most High shall destroy you. All right? And a lot of people was out here doing drugs. I don't know. They was smoking a lot of those cancer sticks, and some dude, you know, he see me driving, and he offered me some. You know what I'm saying? He said he got something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, brother. I I don't get down like that. Like, what's going on? Like, people don't. It's not like people don't even have any kind of common sense or awareness. Like, you just offering anything to anyone. This is Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. And that's, and people started leaving once they see me came, because they didn't want to hear the word. They didn't want to hear the word. They didn't want to see me, so they left. They moved. They don't know. They don't know me. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm out there for. They left, but I was out there bold as a lion. This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. And it was crazy because, there's an Asherite, and Salakia, if I'm not saying it right, but there was an Asherite, and he was, a brother from the tribe of Asher, and he looked at the photo that I had out there, and he pointed at the Edomite girl that was smiling at the Jake being hung, and he pointed at that, and he said, "They not our friends." In English, in clear English, and I heard it with my ears, but his English wasn't good, but he said, "No good." He was talking to his friends and he was looking at the photos. So Jake is starting to wake up. I don't know to what extent. That's all in the hands of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But Jake is waking up, and Jake knows. Jake knows Esau is not his friend. He knows who his enemy is. So even though, you had a lot of Northern Kingdom that was passing by me, they was still stopping and looking. And I don't speak, my Spanish is very bad. It's not good at all. Salakia for that, But Jake was stopping. The spirit was on him, to stop and look. And that's, that's all in the spirit of the Most High. Most High, for whatever reason, he had them see, those images. This is Psalms 119:60. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. So don't make haste to run back to those laws, statutes, and commandments. A lot of Jakes out here have problems keeping it. Are you going to be able to keep them all? No. But do the best you can. There's a lot of them that you can keep. A lot of them. Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And that's what this one Jake out here was doing. He was trying to be smart. He was, and you could tell it bugged him out. It destroyed him from thinking that he could retain all this knowledge, that he could be this smart. And you got a lot of Jakes out here that pass by and they be like, yo, they try to be deep. But why destroy yourself trying to be deep? Jake ain't too bright, because if you was bright, you would have found this knowledge, and you would have turned away from these. You would have turned to the law, statutes, and commandments. Half of the Jakes out there would not be in the situations they in if they was to turn away. If they was to turn away from their wickedness, their wicked deeds. But Jake try to be deep, and you not. Jake is not deep. Salakia. This is Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is the reason why, the reason why I brought this out is because, the Edomites, they was just driving by. And it's like, some of them would look, some of them would turn their heads away because they didn't want to see the images because they was embarrassed. But they wasn't that embarrassed, because anytime they stopped and they ask a question and you ask them, do you feel like they should be held accountable for what their ancestors did? And they'll tell you no, straight off the bat. They're going to tell you no. So don't think for once that they're sorry. And Lord willing, you brothers and sisters been edified by, this camp recap and Salakia, if, for not having a video. And, Lord willing, if any brothers want to chime in, if I'm going off on anything, please, I invite you to correct me. This is a learning process. This is growth. That's how you grow. And, that's it. Shalom to the next video.